драйвово.
Ты круглосуточно лучший, играя вновь у тебя в этом спорте. Победам нету конца.
Fresh lemonade for sale. All proceeds go to the Master Jimmy Foundation. Support your local delinquent today. Master Jimmy assures me the lemonade won't kill you. Probably. I do hope Master Jimmy returns soon with more lemons. We've gotten a few complaints with the new formula.
Commencing download of data. Please wait.
I'm guessing nobody from the Space Administration was up there, collecting evidence and looking for survivors. Huh. Oh, that's a relief. Now, we just have to decrypt it to access the data. Our ship's robot would have had a standard-grade USSA encryption key. If it survived the crash, it would be heading back to the nearest military depot. Oh, right. Of course. There's an emergency code. Blue Sunset. I can't believe I forgot that. The escape pod's robot is an Assaultron, I think. It's responsible for the encryption key. Last I was able to check its signal, it was returning to a military base or doing diagnostics. It's hard to tell. It's simple, really. Get to the robot and get the encryption key. I can tune its transmitter signal to your external device there. You should be able to track it down.
Scanning for knives, boys and girls. Scanning. None could be located. This world has become a desolate nightmare. Happy holidays.
Looking for the boss, right? Keep looking. Not taking any more assistance today, friend. So sorry.
I wonder what everyone's doing today.
Hey there, sunshine. How can I help you? Well, I'd be happy to talk about our lovely home. Well, since we're higher up, we've got good sight lines all around us and are able to protect ourselves pretty well from the local wildlife. These houses were already built, too, which made it quicker for us to get set up. Besides, it makes me feel like a kid again. We don't have anything against the settlers. In fact, we often trade with them. We just want to be on our own and don't want to get wrapped up in the drama between Foundation and Crater. We were nomadic before we came to Appalachia. It worked out well because traveling around meant finding more people to add to our family. We've grown quite a bit, though, so it only made sense to set down some roots. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
The scorch of the feral
You
don't
want
get
to
you.
know about
The rats
me?
will.
Well, all right then. Shoot.
Hey, gotta keep your eyes peeled in this.
I really didn't do it on purpose or anything. It just kind of happened. You know, darling, I think a lot of people these days are just looking for some human companionship and kindness. There's enough to worry about in this world we live in, but having a family helps you carry that burden. Well, I spent my days watching television and gossiping with my gal pals. Nothing too exciting, but boy, would I give anything to have one boring day again. I had a beautiful family with two precious
Can't
grandbabies.
always find a perfectly
I love
preserved
them
pie.
bunches and
Can
bunches,
always preserve a perfect
more than anything in this whole wide world. This family I've created will never replace them, but it helps with the loss a little bit, you know what I mean? Even though we were able to get by well enough traveling, we grew past the point where
this
it
high
wasn't
ground would be
sustainable
useful for hunting.
anymore, and we needed
Wildlife will watch out
reliable
for us pretty
trade.
fast.
While going from
what
place to
everyone's doing.
place, we started to hear talks about people coming back to Appalachia, and it seemed as good of a place as any. Plus, I got some youngins talking about starting families. Bless their hearts. Kids need all the stability that they can get in this unstable world. So it makes sense to find a place
last
we
night,
could call
I dreamed I fell out
home.
of bed and straight to the forest floor.
I never thought
It's a
I'd
good
live in a
thing our
tree
houses have walls, huh?
Never thought I'd
I'd
find
be
a friend
happy
either.
to answer any questions you have. No worries, hun. Don't be a stranger.
A rad toad couldn't jump all the way up here, right?
Once folks start having kids, we're gonna need to get some guardrails on these here bridges.
I'm getting so sick and tired of those thorn bushes. Don't go there with me. Huh. I'll need some new clothes. I'm getting real muddy.
Is it true that strangler vines can grow out at night and wrap around you while you're sleeping? You know, I should ask.
Miss Jenny brought us all together. Hey!
And
Be
nothing
careful
would
not
take
to
us
fall.
apart.
Warning. Do not interfere. This unit is on an emergency assignment. Direct inquiries to Director of the USSA. Access code received. Validating code. Confirming identity. Accepted. Welcome, Commander Daguerre. Transmitting encryption key as requested. Terminating transmission. This unit will now continue to USSA custody presently. Stand back.
Well,
Well, this is a little awkward. Not what either one of us expected, eh? Anyway, to prove I'm not a monster, I scrounged up some old junk to give you as a reward. Still hanging around, huh? Alright, spit it out. I may have all day, but you're the one with a job to do. Ooh, I thought you might notice them. That group you're talking about is run by this gal named Meg. I saw him head in about the same time as those other folks at Spruce Knob. If you want to talk to Meg, you gotta get on her good side, and I'm pretty sure I can swing it. Just a couple of hard-working losers. You know, the kind we like to refer to as suckers. They're giving Spruce Knob a real makeover, too. Putting up walls, rearranging furniture. That's a prime target if you ask me. Meg thinks she's pretty tough since she ran off on Margie. She wasn't even around to see the end of it all. Bet she's loving the fact that they bailed at the perfect time. So she's bound to be way up on her high horse right about now. I thought you'd never ask. First, a peace offering. David had a trophy as a symbol of his leadership. You get that into Meg's hands, it's like passing the torch, right? Next, I'm gonna draw her ass out here with an extra special broadcast. Problem is, I need to access some old memory banks that David sealed off. He was an emotional guy. I get it. But I need you to find his original program, which I'm pretty sure he stashed at Rosalind's memorial. Surprised? Sure, he may have killed and maimed a few people, but that doesn't mean he ain't got feelings. I'm pretty sure that's how this whole memorial thing came about. Just some old thing Rosalind made for David when they made him leader. You know, sappy romantic stuff. Ever since then, it's been like his own symbol of power. Yeah, about that. David sort of didn't want anyone to know about the memorial. He thought the others would think he'd gone soft, and well, he probably wasn't wrong. So, hope you like playing detective. You gotta get to David's room, get the trophy, and then find something that'll tell you where that memorial is. I ain't saying you'll have to trash the place, but you may have to trash the place. Easy peasy, right? Nah, not high up on my list of things to do. I'm just here to keep 'em coming. Besides, I'm cutthroat for life, and I got my little buddy here to keep me company. Lead? No way! Just thinking about that responsibility makes me twitch. I got the band back together to watch, not to manage the tour. Plus, now that they're pouring in, you can bet Appalachia just got a whole lot more entertaining. And I got the best seat in the house. Well, duh. I mean, when it comes to being a raider, I'm sort of the best there is, so that's a no-brainer. Doubtful. Meg's probably keen on carving out her own territory, and the crater does look pretty sweet, minus all that powdery white crap. This'll always be cutthroat territory to her anyway, and no one wants a hand-me-down. Back to business, just how I like it. Ready to hop on that trophy and AI program? I knew I could count on you! And I swear, this will work. The shack alone will have Meg come looking around. I had something to say to you. Now, what was it? Right. So, wanna help me out again? My kind of people. We were hardcore. The originals. Not these wannabes and losers who refused to join up with me. We split into 5 gangs. Cutthroats, trappers, diehards, Blackwater bandits, and the gourmands. Each one was special in their own way, except for the diehards. They were a bunch of boring losers. Almost. I almost backstabbed you, but clearly I didn't or you'd be dead. Point is, you're alive and stronger for it because of me. Did I even get a thank you for that? No. So the old bands of raiders each had their own, pet projects or whatever, to be all special. If I'm ever going to rebuild a raider army, I need to figure out which of these crazy tactics actually work. We both win. I get answers, and you get a new toolbox full of scary things you can use to terrify your enemies and gross out your friends. Are you seriously calling Meg's bunch of losers an army? Please. Those Blood Eagles, maybe, but they're not my type. We'll start with my personal favorite, Karma. No, not that new age bullshit. I'm talking about a chem that hits hard but leaves you reeling. My cutthroat friends figured out a way to weaponize it. I'm gonna lend you my old syringer, and you're gonna modify it to shoot karma darts! Just bring it back, or I'll find you and kill ya! Seriously. Not joking. I really will. Oh, I see now. You're here about that guy, huh? Well, good luck getting anything out of him. He's been dead a while. He came up here to negotiate with my raider associates. They strung him up and left him to die after convincing him to spill the beans about what he was up to. Before you ask, I don't know. I wasn't there. I ain't put him there. That was the previous tenants. They were real slobs. I keep meaning to find a maid service, but who has the time, right? Who knows what goes through their dopey responder brains? Can you imagine going through life 100% chem-free? Anyway, you're probably looking for that scorch detector uplink thingamajig he was trying to install when they caught him. Seems real handy. I know where it is, but I'm not ready to talk. But maybe, if you help me out, I'll trust you enough. I know I'm irresistible and all, but if you want to talk to Meg, you're gonna need that trophy and program stack. I'll be keeping an eye on you from up here. I can see just about anything with my robot eyes and these viewfinders. And lucky you, since you helped me tap into the emergency broadcast system, you can hear my lovely voice from anywhere. Now that you've got yourself some karma, it's time to see it in action. There's a mean old Mama Yaogwai I like to call. Actually, strike that. I lost track of her a while back, so just make it so there's one less Yaogwai to worry about. I don't care which one. If you can't find a Yaogwai, find something else that's tough so you can see the karma in action. I know. It sounds crazy to make a beast like that tougher and nastier. But once karma wears off, it'll be as weak as a newborn kitten. Ow. That's when you finish it off, assuming you survive the initial effects. Have fun! You got David's trophy? Pretty cool, right? Once Meg sees that, she's gonna know you mean business. She may have been a diehard, but they all started under David. Every single one of them. Even the gourmands would have killed for that trophy. Us cutthroats had all the power and they knew it. And that trophy was the biggest symbol of them all. Nice to see it still in one piece. Hope we can say the same for Rosalind's memorial in that AI program. Ooh, so that's where he's been hiding it. And that memorial ain't too shabby, especially since it's David we're talking about here. So now you'll have to repair that holotape, and there's only one place I can think of that may still have a functioning terminal to do it. It's out at Solomon's Pond. I know, you're thinking, what's tech like that doing out at such a cutesy little wilderness place? Let's just say some seriously intrusive operations went down there, so I'm pretty sure it's got just what we need. Stupid Yowguai. Well, you didn't chicken out and you didn't fuck up, so that's a win in my book. Now put that thing out of its misery so we can get to the next task. Oh yeah, I've got another task for you after this. Word to the wise, that karma stuff can backfire on you if you're not careful, and take it from me, you don't want to use it on yourself. Unless, you're really confident you can kill everything around you before it wears off. Okay, next we've got explosions. The trappers would rig up bait with explosives to take on some of the more dangerous game out there. I want you to go make some explosive bait and don't blow your fingers off in the process. You're not a robot like me. No replacement hands for you.
Overseer's Law, full silo out. No one's here. Not even any military survivors. It might be for the best. I don't think Vault-Tec asserting jurisdiction over the nukes would have gone over well. But it also means I'm locked out. Access is restricted to the highest-ranking officers. It's not going to be easy to fool. If we can't secure these sites... My God. The automated factory in the silo? How many nukes can you make?
Alright, you're back. Just when I was starting to get bored, too. Hope you managed to repair that old holotape. As usual, so reliable. I love it. gotta admit, I've got some pretty mixed feelings on tapping into all these blocked files. On one hand, I'm sure David had his reasons for cutting me off. On the other, I'm pretty sure this would be a whole new world of entertainment for me. Maybe you're right. I don't need reality bringing me down. Now, just give me a second. Bleep, bloop, blorp, I'm a computer. Let me just run some filters, a little arts and crafts, and... Are you kidding me? All this data and I don't have the one word I was looking for? Okay, hate to break it to you, but I need you to go back out there and find me just one more itty-titty-witty holotape. Best bet is Arctos Pharma, David's old corporate stooge job. I need you to find me a holotape with David saying the word negotiate. Just using my amazing skills to put together a little broadcast for Meg with David's voice. If she thinks there's even a chance that David's still alive, I guarantee she'll come running. Not because she likes him or anything. Ugh, gross. But if David pulled through and she bailed, she knows he'll be out for her. Yep, no negotiate, no compromise. It was his way or the highway. It's part of what made him such a badass leader. My hero. Now get out there and don't get yourself killed. Did I just say that? It makes me feel like a mom.
I need to remind Scribe Valdez to retune.
Welcome back. Have you completed your assigned mission, candidate? Good work. One less pocket of monsters in the area, and a clear sign to the locals that we're on their side. You've risen to the challenges set before you, and proven your worth to myself, Knight Shin, and Scribe Valdez. I hereby confer on you the status of probationary initiate in the Brotherhood of Steel. I'm sorry, but we'll have to put the official initiation right on hold. Something's come up, and we need to deal with it right away. If you've got anything else you need to take care of, make it quick. Report to me again when you're ready. Thought running my own operation would involve this much paperwork.
We have to cut ourselves free from America to rebuild America. Take the old and forge it anew.
Hello, Initiate. Congratulations on officially joining our ranks. I apologize that we aren't able to do an official ceremony right now, but as previously stated, something more important has come up. I've been informed that there is an independent settlement that needs our help. A group of Blood Eagle raiders are extorting the villagers and taking their supplies. The village's leader, Jenny Brown, has more information. You can find her at their settlement, a camp made up of tree houses that they call the Retreat. We aren't asking the settlement for anything in return. They're going to need their supplies, and our goal is to return them. We need the people of Appalachia to know that we're here to help. Earning favor with the people of this region will benefit us in the long run. That in itself is a reward. But if you happen to get any additional supplies that the Blood Eagles have procured, you can bring them back here. Something better than helping those who can't help themselves? Where's your sense of compassion? Aiding civilians is part of the Brotherhood's mission here in Appalachia. We need to show them our goodwill.
If anything tries to attack, we'll be ready.
I trust that you will represent the Brotherhood admirably on your first mission, Initiate.
I can't wait to
tell Max about my latest patrol. He is gonna love it.
Great. You've got yourself some gross meat-covered explosives. But now what? Well, use your imagination. The trapper sure did. Any hungry carnivore is sure to be drawn in by the smell of fresh meat. So this one time, Chuck, he was the guy who came up with this crazy idea. He laid out explosive bait along the trail after a raid. Then, when the responders came looking for us with their tracking dogs, well, let's just say the hounds lost their scent. You know, because their heads were blown off. Whatever, you get what I'm saying. I don't care what you use your bait on. Just use it to kill some things that would kill and eat you. Let me know how it works for you.
Do not fear. The Brotherhood of Steel is here.
Citizen, stop right there. In the name of the Brotherhood of Steel, we demand that you surrender 50 Capsule persons immediately. They, ran out. Shit. He's not buying it, boys.
Cheese it!
I'm too young to die. You haven't seen The Last of Us! Thank him, you morons!
Overseer's personal journal. I was in my junior year when I got the news that Mom died. Mining accident. graduated a year ahead of me, just went right to work in the mines. So handsome. Oh, and those arms. What West Virginia girl could resist all that? I can't believe he stuck with me. After the funeral, I didn't want anyone around. But there he was, showing up in the library after his shift with a lunchbox for us to share. Every day. When the career fair came, and I met the people from Vault-Tec, it was like a light turned on. Protecting families, protecting their future, protecting America. The first thing I did when I got the acceptance letter to Vault-Tec University was head over to Mom's grave with Dad. He was happy I was staying in West Virginia. So was I.
Initiating search for hostile target. Fugitive has evaded pursuit. Law enforcement authorities now have primary responsibility for apprehension.
Graduating with honors in the overseer track. Dad was so proud. Came out even though he was already so sick. I must have impressed the right people because I was offered the next available overseer slot. I had just graduated. It was supposed to take years. Maybe they knew the war was inevitable. When I learned that 76 was going to be built, I was so excited I jumped right out of my chair and did a little dance around the living room. Appalachia would be safe, no matter what happened. Evan chose that moment to propose, a lunkhead. He knew I wouldn't say no after hearing the news. He knew me better than anyone. Dad died a few months after Evan and I moved in together. He really wanted to walk me down the aisle. Well, I didn't really get to walk down there either, so... I think it's time I went home. I owe Evan that much.
Tessa, I need those reports by 3 today. Are you ready for the meeting?
Nervous as hell, but ready as I'll ever be.
I'll be nervous. If I didn't think you could do it, you wouldn't be going.
That's oddly reassuring, coming from you.
Take it as a compliment. You've got the business sense and legal background to do my job. I'd even venture to guess.
Law-abiding citizens will not be harmed.
That is why I...
Why not let the robot deal with it?
Running this company someday. You're gonna do fine today. See you in an hour.
See you there. Damn, he's good. He'll never incriminate himself. This may take a while.
Alright, folks. These terms are ridiculous. Absurd, even. I'm not signing until we see at least 80% profit. These terms are perfectly reasonable. Environmental laws, fair wages, ridiculous and absurd. Since they take away 30% of the profits we're set to gain, Lawrence, you can talk to me about fair wages. You give up your bonus.
Come on, David. We need to wrap up this deal. The partners are getting impatient. There has to be room for
Unidentified intruder detected.
I'll be the one who
Beginning
says when it's time to
search.
negotiate. Our partners are only impatient because they need this deal more than us. They just hope we don't realize it. Now go back to your desks and figure out how to get me that 80%, or I'll find someone else who can.
Hey, you got one. Signal's coming through loud and clear.
You know, I don't throw the word hero around a lot. Come over here and let's discuss, huh? Now, I presume you found something that'll work for someone with my natural charm and gravitas? Well, there's the vote of confidence I was hoping for.
Still, beats the hell out of your current address, don't it, doll?
You're not the one about to be shoved into a toaster, Duchess. But yes, honestly, thank you for sticking your neck out for me.
It's true. You've worked real hard putting things right for us. None of us are going to forget what you've done. But that really just leaves one last topic for us to discuss. Doesn't it? Crane, you ready to listen? I'm just warning you, I can't guarantee you're going to be happy with what I'm about to say. All right then. Follow me. So, I've known where Crane is. I know where his treasure is. But, well, there's a problem. Honey? You awake? You want to give him a little nudge?
Boy! 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 Boy is key! Boy is key!
That's all he says anymore. Boy is key.
Jesus, Duchess.
Over and over.
That thing's been up here the whole time?
That thing is Crane, Solomon. And what exactly would you have liked me to do with him?
Put it out of its misery. Those things are killers, Duchess. Paulie and I have the scars to prove it.
I don't recall yielding the floor to debate here. You agree with me, don't you? Exactly.
Okay, fine. But that person is fucking dangerous. And those things, they nearly killed Paulie and I once. I can't let that happen to the rest of you. I promise. I'll do it with dignity. But I'm killing this thing if no one else is going to.
Solomon, I wasn't even thinking of... You're right. Do it.
Thank you, Duchess. I'll make it quick. Unless... you want to take care of it? And who knows how long that'll take? We just wait around for this thing to get loose in the hopes that someone out there finds it? No. I'm sorry, but Crane's gone. The only decision to make here is, are you doing it, or am I? Okay.
You two mind if we just... According to that map, the treasure is in some kind of special cache tucked away inside Gawley Mine, sealed away behind a keycard locked door.
Gawley Mine? That's where Paulie and I tracked the Scorched.
Son of a... Does that... Did Crane lure those damn things here when he found the cache?
Suppose we don't need to feel so bad anymore.
Solomon, too damn soon.
Sorry.
Now, this cache. I tried to check it out myself, but I didn't get real far. You're already intimately acquainted with Gawley, so I suspect you've got the best shot at actually laying hands on whatever's in there. So, here are my terms. I will let you keep said map and access card. No strings attached. As payment for everything you've done for us. But I need your word you'll come back. And buy a drink every now and then.
You bet your ass I am. I have big plans to bilk our new resident treasure hunter for every cap she's got. Now, there anything else you want to discuss before heading out? No idea, sweetheart. He was only ever here alone. If he did have kids, well, they're long gone. I'll be fine. This is just the world we got now. A lesson I keep seeming to forget. Lucky for me, I just happen to have access to a variety of mind-altering substances. So, I'll bounce back. But thank you for asking. Maybe I have great vision. Maybe he wore shirts with too many buttons undone. Maybe you don't need an answer to that question. You got what you needed. What say you let a lady maintain her air of mystery? Good luck. Back from the hunt, huh? Question I could answer for you? Good luck.
Try not to get yourself killed.
Attention, citizens. Nuclear strike imminent.
Pip-Boy detected. Registration complete. Countermeasures disabled. You may now present Pip-Boy at access point. Valid Pip-Boy detected. Access granted. Welcome, prospective Robco customer.
Well, well. We've been having a little discussion with your friends here. Word around the water cooler is you've found Crane's treasure. Good for you. Time to cover your end of the deal. Pay up. I don't believe you. You tell me what you found, or I'll splatter paint this lovely building with you and your friends. A weapon, singular. Let me see it. That's it? Fine. You give me that, I suppose we can call it even. Unless you can make me a better offer. And here I thought we were getting along so nicely. Suit yourself.
Hey,
I suppose that could have gone a lot worse. Honey, why don't, you and I have a little chat while I try and stop my hands from shaking.
What'd you bring me? No, I want to be surprised.
I guess that went about as well as it could have. Though I do wish maybe you hadn't struck a deal with them in the first place. At least they're out of our hair. For the time being. You and me both, darling. That said, Solomon, you think you and Bessie can go grab Polly's new ride sooner rather than later?
I can make it happen, Duchess.
Attaboy. Well, honey, I'm real sorry Crane's leads didn't pan out quite like we'd hoped. And while I can't magic up a better treasure for you, what I will do is foot you a discount. You'll never pay full price here while I'm still above the ground. Really, it's about the least I could do at this point. Honestly, thank you. We're on our feet now because of you. You take care of yourself out there, honey. One wayward soul to another. Get you something, doll? No, doll. Appalachia's home to me. Always has been. There was no way I was staying away for long. I presumed I'd only be gone a couple of months. But I kept hearing stories about plagues and monsters and whatnot. When I heard everyone was finally coming back because of some treasure, I figured the monsters and all must have been made up to scare people off. Seems I just vastly underestimated the general populace's level of desperation. So I came back to sell them all drinks, and to finally be home again. Me? Businesswoman. Carved a nice place out for myself in pharmaceuticals. I made some friends along the way, and lots of enemies. But I was also able to put away enough scratch and supplies that when the end came, well, I was in better shape than most. Traded nearly all of it in order to build this place, though. Now, the Wayward's my legacy. And it'd be nowhere without you. Great, isn't she? I got her for a steal because the military took all her guns when they retired her. She's the pack ox forklift hybrid I never knew I wanted. I never would have been able to haul all this stuff up here without her, let alone build this place up. It was Saul's idea to paint her, upgrade her voice module to something more fitting her role. Nothing other than the rumor of the big one everyone keeps babbling about being tucked away somewhere nearby. I've heard it's a city that drops riches from the sky, and that it's a drill that crawls around underground. And at this point, I would not be the least bit surprised to find out it's somehow both. All right, come back when you need to work out your drinking muscles. What's your poison? All right, come back when you need to work out your drinking muscles.
Hello, this is Headmaster Moore. Is that any better? Look, I think I'm getting there. Thanks again for listening to those tapes. Now, what'd you want? Allergies. Learned the hard way I can't stand within 10 feet of a strawberry. Come on, man, that's a joke. Truth is, I was outside on Doomsday. Now you see, I drove security, and I was coming back from a pickup in the truck when I feel this rumble, and then quiet. Then a whole lot less quiet. And the truck was hit with this wind, and it was like someone dropped a hurricane on it. I can hear it battering the truck. Bang, 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 like it's got a grudge against it. And then I unlocked the door and into the back, and then bang, I wake up, man, and it's crazy. Somehow, in the back of the truck, alive and kicking. All it cost me was my skin and any opportunity for someone liking me for anything other than my lovely personality. And that was the day I became, well, they call us ghouls, not the most flattering name, but still beats being vaporized. I mean, it's got its advantages. Main one is that radiation rolls off me like water off a duck's ass. Can stride through a blast zone like it's a spring breeze. Also, means I can survive in situations that would turn a normal person into a TV dinner. The major downside? Well, shit, you're looking at it, right? Head to toe disfiguration. There's also, well, you might have seen them. Not all ghouls are sane. Not sure how it happens, why some ghouls lose their minds and others don't. But ever since I turned, there's always this nagging feeling just at the back of my mind that I will have to feast on humans! Raw! Seriously? Nothing? Shit, I thought it was funny. Overall, though, being a ghoul, mixed bag. Can't say I'd recommend it as a lifestyle choice. I did, and your eye's still working, kids. That's the reason you're bringing up the obvious. Look, the world's hard now. Better you learn that lesson real fast. Don't have one. I'm an independent operator. When these folks need a hand or got an errand that involves running into radiation, they come to me. Rads? They don't bother me anymore. In exchange, Duchess lets me drink and doesn't bother me too much about my tab. Really, about the best sort of setup a guy in my situation could ever ask for. Well, at least until the tapes take off. Some other time then.
Ты просто профи, и ты в этом жанре король.